Hello, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the latest episode from the Six Figure Moving Academy. Today we're going to be talking about charging more and how to know when to do that. All right, so we want you to charge more for your moving services, and we want to give you specific ideas of when to do that. Okay, some of this is going to be common sense, some of it's not. But first of all, let's get something straight. This is an advanced strategy. You're coming to this. This is an advanced strategy. Hopefully, by the time you need to know this information, you've been in the moving business at least a year. You've gotten established. You've gotten some successes. You've gotten good reviews on the BBB and Facebook and Google and Yelp and so on and so forth. These are all great things, and hopefully you've done that. You learned how. If you didn't know how to do the moving business, you've learned how to do the moving business. I also encourage you, if you are starting from scratch, this is not necessarily techniques that you need to get started with right now, unless you have experience in the moving business working for another moving company, let's say like a van liner or another very well established moving company. All right, so guys, this is an advanced strategy. Charging more for your business, for your moving services, is the number one way for you to be profitable. All right? It is the number one. It is really the only way for you to be profitable in the moving business. Far too many movers are coming into the moving business and they want to race other companies to the lowest price. This will not make you profitable. You're going to have to do 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, maybe even 10 times the amount of jobs that I would have to do by being the lowest priced mover. You're not going to do it. You're just going to be running yourself ragged, having way too many jobs. And it's truthfully, if you're running and you got to do, and you're doing a lot of jobs, it's really one of the biggest indicators that you're not charging enough for your moving services. And if you're doing this many jobs, there's no way that you could give the quality of service that you really need to be giving to actually have a very sustainable moving business, because you're going to fail, things are going to be dropped, corners are going to be cut, you're going to start getting bad reviews, and so on and so forth. So guys, once you've got established, once you've got some good reviews, once you've got some experience under the belt, now is the time to start raising your prices. I would start raising your prices like maybe 5%, right? Every year, start charging 5% more. So if you were charging, let's say $80, you're going to want to go 5% more than that. So that might make it $87 or $88 or whatever it is, but or just bump it up $5 and make it $90, and then the year after that make it $95, and the year after that make it $100. All right, so you've got to start raising your prices now. Yes, when you raise your prices, you're going to get less moves. You're going to get less amount of people doing the moves. But this is okay, because it's going to make you far more profitable. And it's also, because you are getting less moves and you're being a little bit more picky, actually makes people want to use your services more, believe it or not. So you can do $1 million business running 3, 4, 7, 8 trucks by increasing your prices, okay? Believe it or not, you'll find that the companies that are running multiple trucks, and I'm talking, when I'm saying multiple, not 1 or 2, I'm talking like 5, 6, 7, 8 trucks or more, that their services are actually going to be on the higher end versus the lower end. Why? Well, because their overhead's higher, but also because their service dictates that they can charge more for their services. So guys, you got to be charging more. If you want to be profitable, you want to be successful in this, you got to be charging more for your moving business. All right, there is definitely so many people get in thing and they want to be the lowest of price, and that's our knee-jerk reaction, and it's not the truth. What you need to start doing is you need to start selling the value and services and not your price. You got to get off the selling the price. Price is not what you should be selling. You should be selling your value and your services to your customer, and not the price, right? And what I'm talking about when I say sell the value and the services, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the benefits to the customer, right? If you're a flat rate company and you charge flat rates, then say, hey, we charge a one price, all inclusive, no hidden fees, no extra charges. It's all right there. You know exactly how much you're going to pay, start to finish, and we'll put it in writing. That's what you're selling. You're selling that benefit. You're giving them ease of mind. You're giving them peace of mind that they're not going to have to charge. You're not going to charge them upcharge them at the end of the job like some moving companies. You're going to tell them you're going to take care of them. It's not if you're doing flat rates, it's not a matter of how many personnel is coming on a truck. Because if I'm selling a job at flat rate, I can send 5 guys to do a simple move. And it's going to get done. It's going to get done quick. And it's going to get done easily and cheaply and affordably. Okay, you get this? You get this concept, guys? All right, good. So the point is sell your services and sell your value. Don't sell your prices. If you're selling your prices, then you're in a race to be the lowest price mover, and that is going to make you broke, right? You're going to probably start getting a lot of jobs, and you're going to feel like, oh, you're getting a lot of jobs, so you're being productive. But the truth is you're really not, because if you're getting a lot of jobs, it means you're hiring a lot of people. When you're hiring a lot of people, you're hiring those people at very cut rate prices. You're getting them like 9, 10, 11, 12 bucks an hour. Meanwhile, they're looking at the other moving companies that are giving them $15, $16, $17 an hour. Their movers, drivers are getting $20, $25 an hour. They're starting, I can work over there for a lot more money. And they're going to start leaving. And you're going to get the dregs working for you. And when you get the dregs working for you, that's when things start happening badly for you. Damages, theft, all sorts of neat things start happening and occurring. And you don't want that. And then you start getting a bad reputation as the cheap mover, right? When somebody says the word cheap, believe it or not, subconsciously, people realize they equate that with low cost. I mean, and you are low cost, but they equate it with low cost service, low cut rate service, cut rate, everything, right? And there are going to be some guys that's what they want. They don't care about the frills. They don't care about anything. And that's great. And if that's what your niche is, go after it. But you're not going to be profitable until you start raising your prices. So, and the reason why this is so popular thing is you got to understand that stop chasing the low price. Stop chasing the cut rate movers. The reason why moving business is so popular is because there's such a low entry, there's such a low barrier to entry to this business. Okay, it's so easy to get into. Any heroin addict with a pickup truck can start a moving business. I put that in air quotes. Yes, I use the air quotes. So guys, it's like anytime Dick and Harry who thinks they got a pickup truck or a van can think, oh, I'm saying, or one of your deadbeat loser employees that you fired can now start up their moving business, and they're good. What the first thing they're going to do is they're going to go for the low cost. Why? Because one, they don't know the value of the services they're providing, and two, they have self-esteem issues, and they're not going to go everything. And that is another thing. Low cost also means low esteem. If you cannot have pride in your in your company and in what the services provide, then yeah, low cost is going to be a thing. You're going to be a cheap mover. Stop selling yourself short, because most of you guys are good, hardworking, honorable people, and you want to really do well in this business. Thank you so much for being that. But let's be honest. When you do it, it's because you're scared. Maybe you don't got everything, all your ducks aren't in a row, or you've never been in business, so you got that fear of being in business. You got to get rid of those, okay? Get rid of those. Start charging more. Don't compete with the low-cost movers. Just don't. Stop competing with them. There is no reason to compete with them. There is no benefit whatsoever competing with the low-cost movers at all. There is no benefit to you at all. All it is going to end up in misery for you. Do not do it. And when you raise your prices, raise them incrementally. Don't just go from $75 to now $100, because that's just going to be too much. Your repeat customers that do love you, that's just going to be way too much. Do it incrementally. You can do it over the course of a year or once every year, however. But raising your prices 5% or by $5 or something like that isn't unheard of. Like let's say we're now in close to March. Let's say you're going to raise your prices. You're going to raise your prices from March to May. You're going to raise your prices to $5. So let's say you were at 75. Now they're going to be at 80. From May to June, you're going to raise them, and June you're going to raise them again to 85, and then just incrementally increase it over the year, or by year, or by every 6 months, however you want to do it, but increase your prices, right? Do it incrementally. Do it step by step. Don't just jump from 70 to $120 an hour. That's going to kill you. People aren't going to believe you unless you really do a complete and utter facelift of your business, which if that's what you're going to do, awesome, good, you can do that. But you're going to have to increase it incrementally while you're increasing the quality of the services that you're doing. And believe it or not, when you start raising prices, you're going to find that you are going to do more. You're going to have fewer moves. But the thing is you're going to be far more profitable when you're doing these moves. So, so let's say you do 1,000 moves a year. You increase your prices. Now you're going to be down to 800. This is a hypothetical. It's not necessarily. But that's okay, because now, even though you're doing 800, you're now going to be finding that you're going to be doing, instead of $100,000 a year, you're going to do 120 or 130. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're going to increase your profit by doing fewer moves, right? And then if you concentrate just on selling your services and your value, really concentrate, really get to know what's your unique selling point, or USP. What is your unique selling point? Is it your flat rates and your service and your quality of service? Is it the fact that you've been in business for a long? What is your unique thing? And don't make it about price. When you make it about price, that's where you lose. When you start selling your business based on price, you're going to lose. Start selling service and quality. Concentrate on selling service and quality, and you're going to win, right? And then, of course, obviously, the key to charging more is by providing better than expected service. 5-star quality, butler, white glove service. There's a reason why people buy first class tickets versus coach. There's a reason why someone will buy a Mercedes-Benz over a GMC. There's a reason why somebody will buy a nice Armani suit versus something from JCPenney. They want the quality. It's not because they want the name. They want the quality. They want the service. It's not necessarily about the brand, even though they could slightly be about the brand, could be a little bit about ego, but they also want that quality of service, because those suits, those cars, those homes and everything, they're going to be built better. They're going to be built stronger. There's going to be more people are going to get more services because of that. Because if you fly first class service on an air flight, they're going to give you drinks. They're going to give you food. Whereas you're flying coach, you got to bring your own food and your own drinks on board. And, that's just a pain in the ass, so whereas in first class, you're going to be able to stretch your legs out and lay back and maybe actually take a nap. In coach, you can't. You're going to be like this. There's a reason why people pay extra. They want the higher class services. So provide those higher class services by providing 5-star service. Now, how is it that you know when to start raising your prices? How does it know? You started doing everything. You started selling your services and value. You started providing high quality service. Now, how do you know it's time to actually start raising your prices? Other than you just started raising your prices, right? You could just do that. You could just say, I want to increase my prices, and start doing it. That is one method. But what is the indicators in life and in business that's going to tell you, hey, dummy, it's time to start raising your prices? Well, I've come up with things. When your sales ratio is super high, when your salespeople or yourself are making so many sales, you're closing so many sales that you've got an astronomical sales closing rate. That's when you know. And what that is when you have an astronomical sales rate, it really is an indicator. It is an indicator that your prices are too low, right? That you're selling yourself short. So don't sell yourself short. Don't be a short sale for your moving business. That's one key item. So when your sales ratio is like 100%, you're closing 100%, then your full rate service is $40 an hour. People are going to jump all over that. Really? $40 an hour and two guys with a truck? Hell yeah. It's a lot better than the two men in a truck who want to charge me 120. But there's going to be the people too who's going to go, why is he charging so low? All right. But get the point. When you start selling, you're overselling your services, then you know that you've got a situation that you're too low. Your prices are too low and you got to raise them, maybe even dramatically. Okay, another indicator is when the cost of business increases. This could be an increase in fuel, could be an increase in insurance costs, workman's comp costs, whatever. When the economy does well, sometimes the prices raise. So sometimes you got to understand that when the cost of business goes up, you've got to raise your rates commensurate with that. You've got to raise your rates commensurate. This is the argument between the right and left when it comes to minimum wage. People on the left, they want higher minimum wage. What they don't realize is that when they ask for the minimum wage and they get a higher minimum wage, that companies are going to raise their prices commensurate with it. So when the guys who are getting the minimum wage are now going from $10 to $15 an hour, prices are going to raise to compensate for that and to make sure that their good guys are going to get paid quality. And the guys who are at minimum wage, guess what, are going to be right in the same boat that they're in right now. So raising the minimum wage doesn't help because you're going to raise your rates. As a business person, to be profitable, you're going to have to raise your rates. I don't care whether you lean right or left. That is a truism. That is an axiom about business. When the cost of business increases, so do your rates. If your cost of business raises and you don't raise your rates, you're going out of business very quickly. All right, that's an isness of the situation. That is just the reality of it. I don't care how liberal you are or how conservative you are. That is the truth in business. Okay, so realize that when the cost of business goes up, you're going to have to raise your rates. This next one is very much tied to your sales. When we were talking about when your sales are too high. Well, sales should result in booked jobs. So when you got too many jobs going on, two things have to happen. You either have to raise your rates or you need to get more trucks and crews or both, right? So those are the three options you have. When you're overbooked and you're turning away jobs, then one thing is happening. You got either your rates are too low or you need to invest in another truck and crew, or you need to do both of those items, right? Usually it's one or the other. Sometimes it's very rare that you raise your prices and get another truck. Usually it's, okay, raise your rates, sales go down. Or it's get a truck, another truck, and another crew to handle the overload. And then you can keep your rates, right? Because there is a thing about overpricing yourself for the market, right? The market will only bear the price so much. You can't be $150 an hour when everybody else is at 100, 120. It's just not going to work for you. So you got to keep it you got to keep it within a certain parameter, certain range. And if you're in that certain range, then you got to understand that you got to get more trucks or more crew. Okay, that's when you got to know. The other thing, the last indicator to know when you need to raise your rates is when the economy is doing well. When the economy is doing well, like we're in an economy right now that is doing really, really well, right? This last year has been extraordinary and astronomical in the stock market. And that with the recent tax cuts that are coming in, our economy is going to be doing better. Of course, we will find out here in the long term. I'm very bullish. I think it's going to be improved. Yes, I do think we'll have some corrections. I do see a bubble on the horizon, which we need to prepare for. But we could get into that on something else. But right now, I really do see that the economy is going to do well. So while the economy is doing well, this is also now a time to start raising your prices, right? this is now a time to start increasing the quality of your service, start increasing the quality and the price of your rates. Whether you're doing flat rates, hourly rates, tariff rates, whatever, now is the time to increase how much you're going to be charging. So you'll be charging more when the economy is doing well, right? So that when the economy doesn't do well, then you can come back down. If you need to, you can cut back on prices, cut back on costs. That's fine, but you can't increase your price. When the economy does go down, you're not going to be able to increase your prices. You can come down, but you can't go up. Right? Now's the time to go up and actually make some more money. And of course, there's always the funny reason. There's always a funny reason. There's always those one last reasons, is when daddy needs a brand new boat. You need a boat? Raise your prices. Now that's a joke, but if there's some truth to it. You need a new car? Raise your prices. Need a boat? Thing. Kids need braces? Raise your prices. That is a joke, but it is kind of true. It's the same thing. Hopefully I left you with a little bit of a laugh there. But that is my story. This is how you know charging more. So thank you guys for coming to the show. I appreciate it. If you like the show, give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. Sorry for the dog barking there. I had to stop it really fast because somebody was coming inside. So I apologize. You know me. I give it completely real. So I'm leaving it in there. But if you like the show, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share this with all your family and friends. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, you need to make sure right down there is a little subscribe button, or maybe it's over here. Maybe it is over here. I don't know. They've changed it. Wherever the subscribe button is, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon right next to it, and make sure that you'll get informed when I do the next videos. But guys, thank you very much for coming to the Six Mover Academy show, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you guys very much.